Good morning, students of grade 7 and 8. Today, you're going to be trying to solve the mystery behind the death of Mr. Hatch and Mrs. Gill. So now, let's start showing some of their information. As we have on the screen, we have information about their birth date, height, hair, eye color, shoe size, and blood type. Now we're going to see some recordings caught by the cameras at the DVSS of before and after the kill of Mr. Hatch. As we can see, Mr. Hatch goes down, but he never gets to go out. There's also another person that goes down and goes out, but this person is really careful and doesn't show the face to the camera at any moment. In this moment, we get to see the murderer going out and throwing into the bin what seems to be like a knife. Now we will proceed to see the list of suspects. The first suspect is Miss Leggett. She was the one who found Mrs. Gill's body in the lab when she was going to set up a lab herself. But she says she was home with her boyfriend during the estimated time the murders took place. Following her, we have Mr. Rasmussen. He wasn't sick because he was kind of out the deal of making rock candy with Mrs. Gill. He says he was at a football practice when the murders went down. The next suspect involved in this crime is Mrs. Olsen. She was annoyed that Mrs. Gill always had the lab book, and she suspected that she was using all the science supplies. Her alibi is that she was in the middle of having coffee with Mrs. Paula Marquis downstairs. Another one of her suspects is Miss Paula Marquis. She was sick and tired of teaching junior high and wanted Mrs. Gill's job and classroom. Her alibi is that she was having coffee with Mrs. Olsen downstairs. As we can see, Mr. Herda has also been selected as a suspect for this crime. He was furious that Mrs. Gill was talking behind his back about how bad his soup was on Friday. His alibi, that he went to his classroom to quickly grab his favorite Rubik's Cube for the weekend. We can't forget Mr. Teske, the vice principal, that he's also in this list. He suspected that Hatch and Gill were stealing school supplies and making school look bad. But he was in the midst of showing international family the school, but that's what he says. Now we will proceed to see some pictures of the crime scenes.